Hello lovelies, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, welcome. Thank you for dropping by. I'm just going to be doing some catch up what's in my box. I've been trying to get to this particular activity for a while now, and I just keep getting interrupted, and then I've had some time where I haven't really felt like doing anything, and so I've just potted and done bits and pieces, but not here at my desk. So I need to really do this activity. I need to get this done because I'm overflowing with bits and pieces that it's just getting beyond a joke now. So I'm just going to get started. I'll fill you in with what I've been up to while I've been away, and yeah, so I've got a couple of these which are just napkins on book page, and so I thought I would put it back on them, and they'd be great journal cards. So that's what I'm in the process of looking at now. I hope you've all been well. I do hope that you've all been having a fun time in your craft rooms, getting stuff done, and not yesterday, the day before was my first time back into the craft room for quite some time. That way. So that will go on there like that, and I will have to chop it down a little bit because it is a little bit big, but that's okay. I have, like I said, I haven't done too much. I have had some health stuff that I've needed to try and process in my head, and where's my book? Where's my glue book? Oh, buried. So I've just been really taking it easy, and I don't know if I feel any better for it, but yeah. But I have had my son over. He came over, which was really nice, just for a visit. And we had lunch. I cooked a sticky, spicy and sweet, I don't know, I can't remember what it was exactly called, but it was a sticky pulled pork, and we had that on rolls. I think it was rolls, I can't remember now. That was a couple of weeks ago. With a bit of salad on there and that, and he quite enjoyed that, so that was really good. I'm pleased. He was going to buy lunch, and I thought, well, I've got that pulled pork in the freezer, I'll cook that. He buys food a lot, like, you know, takeaway a lot when I'm coming over to his house, or whatever. Usually it's going to his house. And I sort of thought, no, it gets too costly not doing it. I've got the meat here, let me cook. And it takes like 20 minutes in the oven because it's already cooked, and it's in its sauce, and so you just got to heat it up pretty much, and then you know, it's done. So we did that one day, And another time he came over, I was having another house inspection, and he insisted on coming over to help me with the house. But I mean, it didn't really need it. I had already done quite a bit, and I'd already spent like a day and a half in the garden, the back garden, in the little, I've got a courtyard garden, so it's all in pots. But there's always a fair bit of tidying up to do because, you know, now we're in winter, so it gets really messy out there. I get a lot of leaves from the ornamental plums, plum trees that are on the footpath, and they sort of blow over the fence and into my courtyard area. And that was very crooked, wasn't it? Oh dear, never mind. I am going to, when it's dry, I'll tear it down with a ruler. So that's that. I've got these. I want to make a journal card out of this. Journal card or a pocket? I think a journal card would be lovely, actually. Yes, I'm going to do that. So, he did come over and help me with the last few bits and pieces. Didn't take very long. He also came over to stay with me overnight because I had a procedure done. I had to go and I had to have a biopsy done, and I needed to apparently have someone stay overnight. Although I didn't have a general anaesthetic, I only had the Nightingale cocktail that they give you to help you, like, put you off to sleep. And yeah, so I still had to have someone apparently come and stay. I was fine. I was actually spending the evening, once I got home in the afternoon, I spent the evening scanning. I got all my scanning done, most of it, and I finished it off the next day. So it wasn't really necessary, but he said, well, you told me the doctors told you had to have someone come and stay. So yes, he came and stayed, and I'm going to do a journal card out of this as well, and I'm not going to cut it until it's been glued onto a page, and then it will all get cut at the same time. So I'll fill you in now, guys, with what's been happening with me, why I've been so distant and irregular on the channel. And it is because I have been really concerned. I have had a health issue. I have a health issue that has really upset me and worried me, and I have been very much in my head over it. While I'm just backing on things, I'm just going to do these few cards very quickly. And that is, I have recently found out that I have uterine cancer. It's just a few cells. It's been caught early enough. I will be having an operation before Christmas. I have an appointment with the surgeon in about 3 weeks' time, and then they'll go from there. I'll have another examination. I've been for a CT scan and no more cells have been found, but it's obviously concerning enough for the hospital that has a top surgeon there, and who is very very skilled at the robotic surgeries. And he contacted me almost like within a matter of days after the CT scan. So that tells me that they are concerned, even if it is in the early stages. So I was told that I would be having a hysterectomy before Christmas. So I have not been in a very good headspace. It's taken me quite some time to process this, and I am okay, I guess. My husband passed away from cancer, so it's really difficult for me to have faith in a God or, you know, some higher power, and in the medical profession. He was doing okay on the medication that they had him on, and then his surgeon put him on some other medication and he went downhill from there. So, you know, I don't have a huge amount of faith in the powers that be and the medical profession. So it has taken me quite some time to process this whole situation and to put myself in a place of it's going to be fine, I'm going to be okay. I have been through a lot in my life from early childhood till now, and I refuse to believe that I was put on this earth to have that kind of life only to have cancer and that be the end, you know. So, and you know, my kids, I need to be positive for them too, you know, like they don't want to see me or hear me being negative, and I can understand that. So it's not been easy for me. It's been very, very draining getting myself in this headspace. So I've had that as well, and I've just had this house inspection, and trying to get myself in this routine that I have so desperately been trying to get myself into, and not being very successful at it. And I know that it's not all just my fault. I know that, you know, factors like health, bad health, do play a bit of a role in all that. So I just got 2 more. Can I get this on here? Yeah. So that's been really difficult for me as well, because there's so many things that I want to do, and I just don't seem to be getting myself there. And that was the other thing too, because of all the health stuff, I got to a point of thinking, well, what's the point of everything? What's the point of, you know, even trying anymore? And I'm a fairly positive person. I always have been. I do worry about things a lot and that sort of thing, but overall I am a fairly positive person. I am the sort of person that kind of thinks that if you can't achieve something one way, there is a solution. You just haven't found it yet. That's who I am. That's the sort of person I am. And so I just refuse to give in. And so I keep trying, but journals are not getting finished. My steampunk journal is still not finished. I will try and finish that over this week, over the course of the week. You probably won't see it for a little while though, because I have a couple of others that I want to do, and I want to do the flip through all together. Right, let's just cut these out now. So yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry if this is not the sort of thing that you prefer to be hearing on a channel, but you know, like, we all have things going on in our lives, and I know that I don't need to tell you about what's going on in my life. Now that's not going to cut too easily, is it? But I think a few videos ago when I came on, I was all very vague about stuff. I thought I'd let you know. I'm not after sympathy comments or anything, you know, like, shit happens. Well wishes are fine, but oh no, that's not going to work either. Oh, come on, Jen, get your act together. That's better. Now, do I want that border on there? I do not know. Do I want the border? Yeah, I'll leave the border. If I don't want it, I can take it off another time. I'm going to cut this one down a little bit. Yeah, so I haven't been in my craft room. I very much at all. I came in here to do a big clean up. Of course, before the inspection. But of course, once I've cleaned up in here, and then I've got to wait for the, oh, look at that, I put that on the wrong way. And then I have to wait until after the inspection before I can even come in here anyway. So now I'm going to leave that bodgy bit there, and I'll put a label or something there. I don't want to reduce the length, so I'll just put a label there. And these are just really lightweight tags and journal cards. And the other ones I'm going to cut by hand or tear with a ruler. So what else has happened? Oh, I'm all up in the air about my Etsy store. With this tariff crap that's been going on. Right, now that goes on that way. So my son's actually investigating for me on my behalf what he believes would be a really good shipping label printer, and I will look into FedEx / TNT. Here in Australia, TNT was bought out by FedEx apparently. So I've got to find where the drop-off and pick-up stations are. I've got to find out how to organise the shipping. I don't know. I've never ever used these services before, so it's all very new to me. And so I have to work all that out. I'll look at Sendle as well, but I think I'll probably end up going with FedEx, most likely. So I'm really upset about that whole change, but you know, change has to happen. Things can't stay constant as they are all the time. So that's just the way it is. I just love these napkins, these peacock ones. And what else have I been doing? I got a whole, like I said, I did a whole heap of scanning because I had a lot of resources sitting in my kitchen waiting to be scanned, and I couldn't use those resources until I'd scanned them. So yeah, I needed to get them done so that I could have things to play with. And I was getting a little bit bored with the graphics, the images that I had to make journal cards and that out of. So I really did need to scan. I did get quite a bit done. I got a huge pile done, and I'm not sure if I actually mentioned this on the last video, one of the last videos, but I did get a lot of music books done, the covers, the contents pages, some of the just random music score, not random, they were specifically chosen because they fitted themes of certain journals, the music scores, and but only a couple of those. So when I can work out, because I'm not real good with technology, when I can work out how to get A3 images down to A4 images, I will list them in my Etsy shop. And that will be cool. Don't need to worry about tariffs with that. Because they will be digitals. I have to go through all the music books first to work out which ones are still under copyright and which ones aren't. The greatest majority of them are now out of copyright, but a couple of them that are antique still mention copyright on the inside covers, so I need to double check those before I do anything with them. Plus also I did a whole heap of fussy cutting, which I've got a whole lot here. This is a whole lot of it. Some of it's not fussy cuts. And I've got all of these. So I wanted to play with these. I wanted to do things with them. Not all of them are for journal cards or pockets, but yeah, I want to use them. Plus I have separated from all my music sheets, I have separated covers and that I can use for background, like for paper for writing on, to put on the back of cards. I can use these in collaging, and I wanted to play with all these beautiful pieces. Some of them are so old and fragile. Not that, I don't know why that's in there. Let's just stick that up in there. You know, some are just, you know, absolutely gorgeous. Oh. So I wanted to play with all this stuff, and I thought I'm just going to put this with my to-do box because I can use it for that. And I also was running very low on embossed pages, and I've got photo frame, picture frames here, embossed ones. I did some die cut butterflies and birds, little birds on a branch there. They're really cute, so I did those. I'm not using them today though. I'll put them up there. And yeah, and I just embossed some packaging paper, quite a bit of the packaging paper. thought I did white paper as well. Oh, well, there you go. I've got to pull it out again. Oh, that was silly. But I can go over this with some Distress Oxide and highlight the detail if I want to. So, you know, I thought maybe I might be able to use this. I don't know. Anyway, it's sitting here. It's done. And whether or not I use it or not is a different matter. So we're just going to see what I get up to. Now what? What shall I do now? I do not know. What have I got here? Little book pages. This is out of a very, very vintage book. It's not quite antique yet. I have got bits and pieces here that could use. I could just ink the backs of those in my own time because they're actually on card, so they're just for journal cards. What else? That's more of that stuff. Get this part of the pile out, I think, and we'll put this part of the pile back. All right, what have we got here? I don't want that. I did work out what, sorry, I have just off in my own little world here. This is what's been happening with me lately. I did work out what these pages were for, and they were for things like this. Maybe not that one. This one. Making a pocket. So I might put that one on there. I'm just going to use what's here, and maybe out of my little stash over there, my new stash. That one might be a bit big. What else have I got here? Okay. I have a new stash here. No. Okay. Okay, where are we? That one. So these are going to be pockets. What else have I got? I want to use those for something else. Do I have much in the way of anything here? No. Okay, so I'll do 2 of those. I've got this one. I could just scrape that in. All right, I'll just put these aside for the moment. There. And I'll work on these. Okay, so I'm just going to trim this one off a little bit. And it's only copy paper, so I'm going to actually reinforce it. Crap cutting. So, you know, I mean, on and off, things have been going on behind the scenes here, so I have been quite busy in one form or other, and just not really in crafting mode. So these are like the little library card pockets, you know, in the back of the library books back in the day. This is what they had. So I'm just going to reinforce the back of this with a bit of, just a bit of something. All right, where's my book gone? And I am trying to get back into the full swing of things. The video I uploaded yesterday, which was for the tassels, or by the time you get this video, it will be 2 days ago that I uploaded it. Yeah, it was for tassels, and it was a video that I've been meaning to do for quite some time. It was a request given to me by one of my subscribers, and I do like to do my best to meet the needs of people that follow me. If it's within my power, I will do so. Okay, so now I'm going to just snip the corner there and there. And this corner. Don't know why I'm doing the top one. Doesn't matter though. All right, now where's my book gone? Right here in front of me. Good. Okay. So yeah, these are the little library pockets. I first saw these on Roxy Creations. It was a long while back. I did I have done this before, and I'm not sure whether I gave the which video it was that Rachel did, but it would have been one of her I think one of her challenges. So not her to-do box ones, it would have been one of her challenges, yeah. And it's been so long since I've actually seen that video that I can't tell you now which one it was. But oh, there. So this essentially gets glued onto a journal page. You could put a stiffer back on it and have it as something that gets pinned to a page if you wanted, but I actually glue mine to the page, and you just put tags inside. So there's another thing done. I love this one. I love the house. This, so I'm gonna do that. And I can probably, is that enough? Yep, maybe a bit more on this side. Okay. So it's always good to get all sorts of pockets for your journals, all different ones, instead of just your normal book page pocket. And I didn't snip the bottom, but I don't think it's going to matter. Come on, out. So between now and whenever this operation's going to be, I need to work out how I'm going to create enough videos to have scheduled on YouTube, ready to be uploaded when I'm sort of out of commission for a few days, because I don't think I'll be out of commission for very long. I think it's just the robotic that's a lovely pocket, and I could put like a stamp or something on there, or a label on there. I'm not sure. I'll just get this other one done, and then we might look at that. Oh, for goodness sake. I only wanted one, and I got a whole wad of them. Okay. So, yeah. So going back to Etsy, I know it's not Etsy's fault, but I'm not very happy with Mr. Trump. He's He's a bit of a menace, I think. That's just my opinion. I don't think much of my own government, so, you know. I didn't vote my government in, not this time round. All right, so now I'm going to pop that on there, and this one will fit just beautifully. I don't know what to do. Even if, you know, I mean, like I said, it's not Etsy's fault. So, did I make that too small? No. So, you know, even starting up a website, which I was planning on doing anyway, a website is something that's in the future for me, and I will be amalgamating a few things into the website. It won't be just junk journals. I am a very creative sort of person, so I will make sure I get this up the right way. Be amalgamating a few things. I have 2 Etsy shops. One that I have not, I've got stuff in there, but I haven't done anything to promote it. I haven't really added to it in a very long time. I've given it no love whatsoever. It's had very, very little amount of views. So it does need an overhaul. Some of the stock needs removing because it's not me anymore. It's not what I want to have in my art. It's not how I want my art to be represented. It's very early art, and it's not what I want to be known for. So yeah, okay. Now I think before I put these actually into a journal, I probably will do something with the book page. I might glue on a piece of napkin or something like that, just to make it a little bit more decorative. I'm not really sure. So I'm going to leave those until I've done that, and then I'll know whether I want to add anything to the actual pockets. Okay, next, I'm getting through a little bit to something. Onto this. And then I'll make a lovely journal card. So I'm just, and I'm also trying to think up something really good to do on a craft session video, apart from, like, you know, the to-do box. I need to do this type of video periodically, just simply because otherwise I get a build-up of junk, what appears to be junk, that is quite usable for something really good. and if I don't, then I'm just going to get more and more of it, and it'll just start spilling over into every part of the craft room. So I'm going to cut this one. This is another piece of my wallpaper. This one's quite an old one. This one's actually antique, and I don't think I have any of it left. I might have a tiny fraction of it left somewhere, but yeah, not a lot. So that's got, this has come out of a Heidi novel, 1962. So I thought I'll just leave that on there, why not? That's really sweet. I should snip these corners. Should have done that on the others as well. Should have snipped after doing this, but never mind, I can do it now. Or no, actually, that, and then I'll poke this through. Come on, be nice to me. Come through. Oh. Should have done it the other way, but too late now. there. And I'm going to leave it like that. Okay, next piece. Again, I'm not going to put too much on here because I really just love them. I don't want to mess too much with them. I think they're beautiful as they are. But they could use a little ticket or something, a label of some description. Oh, yeah, that one kind of brings out the blue-grey that's in these petals. So I'm going to put that on there. I might put some book page underneath it, I think. So this glue paper will do. Not that big. A piece of lace, maybe. I'll put a staple in there and I'll put some paper over the back of it to cover the staple. On the corner like that, and this pretty little image will go on there just perfectly. It will look gorgeous. There. Lovely. Right, so that's two. Come on, get it together. All right, this one, I'll put that down the bottom. maybe a bit of sorry, deep in thought there. Desperately trying to think how I can embellish this card, and if it really needs it. Oh, no, that's not good. Okay, and then I'm going to put some of that at the top. With something on it, I don't know what. Now this one, I think some lace on there would be beautiful. So I'm going to put some of this lace on there. And again, I'm just going to staple it. And on the back, I decided on a ticket. I did a bit of faffing about. I had to cut the video. Sorry, guys. But I wouldn't subject you to too much faffing about. If I can help it, I will cut it out. Now this one. Get off me. Cotton, bits of cotton stuck to me. Okay, I do want to add something else to that. I don't know why, but that just appealed to me. But now I'm sort of thinking, should I put that on there or not? I'm going to put this little bit of what do you call it, embossed paper on that staple. I'm liking that colour contrast, that's awesome. It needs something else now. So nothing too elaborate. 3 large journal cards, 3 library pockets to put journal tags into, and it's 4 journal cards and 1 tag. So I will put a picture up for the thumbnail, and oh, and I did back these cards as well. These are just little quickies, just quickly throw into little pockets. So it was kind of productive. Peaceful blessings, everybody.